This Chicago Bears team preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
Hey everybody, Jim McMahon here, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kram?
Dog. Hello, Chicago.
Hello, Chicago.
I feel like we have a dicey relationship.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
You personally. I like Chicago.
Me
Good
and
town.
Chicago, we.
Sports town. Clearly a Bears town.
I think I don't know if we fully have settled that debate. Perhaps we can settle that today. But I think the Bears are one of the teams that Chicago likes.
Yeah, clearly the most popular. And we're here talking Chicago
that.
Bears in the team preview. It's the National Football League, the NFL, always the most popular. 32 NFL team previews, of course, one episode per team, and that means one word per team as part of the phrase that pays. Keep track of the teams in order, and then at the end you have this 32 word phrase. Submit it. One lucky winner gets $1,000 circa future.
Would it be fair to call it a phraselet?
Phraselet?
Is that a word?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to look into
help
that.
you get through that. It is tough because it's a word and a part of a phrase, but it also could be a phrase.
I think I always want to say word of the day, but then I pause because we it's not the word of the day. We're doing 2-a-days, so that's what always trips me up. Is I want to call it the word of the day, but it's not. It's
words of the day.
This episode's word is one. ONE for the Chicago Bears team preview. We got our buddy Justin Mark hopping on here in just a little bit from the Old Fashioned Football Show on the SGPN network. But before we do, always great to get a diehard crazy fan on the episode, and he is a diehard Bears fan. He had the Bears, I think, going 12-5 last year. Ryan, unfortunately, didn't get to that number. Joining us
close
on the line, Olan, what's happening, man?
In my defense, I didn't realize that Eberflus and Waldron would be like the equivalent of Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy. That was awful. The fact that Caleb was in the room, like doing his own film study and shit. I mean, it was just this completely also awful. Also, I may have had some really, really good Sweet Zombie before we went on air last year, excuse me. And I may have not known exactly what I was talking about, so it happens.
Hey, it's all right. We've all been there, and there's no shame in being optimistic. You get the Caleb Williams. Hey, the Bears finally got a quarterback. It's understandable to get sucked up into the hype. And I would say in the Bears defense, yes, they were 5-12, but you look at some of those games they lost. They were in 1-5 in 3-point games, 3-7 in 1-score games. Things really broke the wrong way for the Bears. Now, maybe long term that was better because it's clear they needed a new head coach, a new direction. So if they would have won some of those close games, like I don't think it's crazy, Ryan, what they underperformed their Pythagorean win probability by 1.7. It's not crazy to think maybe this team would have been 8 or not 8-9, 7-10, and then maybe it's not as easy to get the head coach fired and bring in Ben Johnson. That's obviously exciting for the Bears here. Taking a quick look at last year, very exciting for Olan. 5-12 was their straight up record. 8-7-2 ATS. Kramer and I both had them going under the 8.5 win total. I was at 8-9. Kramer 7-10. And for me, it was just about fading the hype with the rookie quarterback. And we'll get to it when we talk about the Minnesota Vikings. And I think some of it almost applies to Drake May as well. A young quarterback with an incredibly high win total with a new situation is something I'm generally going to look to fade. But now the tables have turned. You do have a new head coach, but you have Caleb Williams year 2. I think that's the optimism. The pessimism would be, hey, maybe some of the stuff that he was doing wrong, we can't figure it out in time. Him holding on to the ball too long. How much of that can they fix? Defense wasn't great at stopping the run, but Olan, pulse check. Where are you at with the Chicago Bears here in 2025?
A lot more optimistic than I was last year. And Darius, you bite your tongue. You don't wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. We do not need Ben Johnson turning Josh. I hope your team has a beautiful coach, and I hope they're born with broken legs and they don't get to walk. How dare you put that evil on me? No. The big thing that I like is the fact that Ben and Ryan worked together and they went out and they addressed the biggest issues, which was the line on both sides. We had a shit offensive line. It was gross. And so we go out, we bring in Jonah Jackson, which, he was injured last year. We got him on a good deal. We're bringing Joe Thuney, who's probably the best guard in the league. We bring in Drew Dahlman, who is an amazing center. The dude's only 26 years old, so he's got a bright future. We signed some people. We got Grady Jarrett on the other side. We got Montez Sweat coming up. And it's installed. And my whole thing, even last year, I said this: I do not need Caleb Williams to be the second coming of Peyton Manning. I do not need him to be the second coming of Joe Montana. I need a decent fucking quarterback, which he was, even considering. His coach's staff, his offensive coordinator was absolutely garbage. Yeah, and you know what? And I will say this too. You say, they were 1-5 in the really close games, like the game with Washington, where old boys like looking up in the end zone, they throw a Hail Mary on them. But you also look at like the Tennessee game. I mean, there's no way in blue hell we should have won that. Yeah. But that's grit and that's determination, despite the fact that between the offensive coordinator. The best line on our defensive line is not Montez Sweat. It's Grady Jarrett. Easy. Y'all have been good for 3 years out of 30. Calm down, bro. We just now let you out of the basement. Get me some pickles and jam. Get back down in there, and we'll talk. Like, win more than – like, get to a Super Bowl. Don't get beat by a rookie.
So we'll talk. Now,
I kind of am envisioning we just have Olan take callers for like.
Let's go. I want Dick Puncher. Packers Bears every week they play. I want a 5-minute promo battle against him. You know what? The reason he punches people in the dick because he's jealous because this is 1.5 inches tall and smells like Framunga cheese.
I think we've stumbled onto a good segment here for the pregame show, Ryan. We had talked about Big Rob going up head to head against Adam, cutting some promos on the pregame show. Olan versus Dick Puncher. When we get Bears Packers, you get 45 seconds on the clock. Say your piece before the game. Ding ding. Yeah, little bell rings,
or buzzer,
touch gloves. You get 45 seconds on the clock, and when it's done, you're done.
I like that.
All right, Olan, what do you have the 2025 Chicago Bears? What do you have their record being, and what is your favorite bet for the Chicago Bears?
My favorite bet, honestly, has been Johnson Coach of the Year. I mean, it's an easy bet. He's going to get it. As far as just bets in general, I was telling Kramer this before we went on the air, but I'm in Texas, so I have to have a bookie. And my bookie has Malik Neighbors over 7.5 touchdowns at -115. So like every couple of days, I'm just throwing like $100 on that because that is honestly the best bet I can possibly make. But I got Bears to make the playoffs. Let me see what I got. Like I said, man, I got a bookie, so shit's weird. I got Bears to make the playoffs at +160. I got Caleb MVP at a couple. I think I got
what do you got the Caleb MVP
30,
price?
25, 30 to 1.
Let me look here.
I like this.
2,900 plus 2,900.
Okay. 2,900.
Yeah, plus like right about 3,000.
Ben Johnson 7-1, Coach of the Year. You do love Malik Neighbors over.
Dude, 7.5. I'm sorry, dude. That dude caught 10, 11 touchdowns last year with like an arm and one leg thrown to him, and he's actually going to have a freaking quarterback this year.
But Olan, We got to lock you in. What is your 2025?
I liked him talking about
Bears.
it.
Yeah, I mean, where were you for the Giants preview?
He had 7 touchdowns last.
Oh no, I was there for the Giants preview, and I actually told Kramer. I want to put $100 that the Bears beat the Giants straight up. We don't need the spread for that shit.
Oh,
let's go.
All right, good luck.
All right.
Yeah, good luck with that. 9-7.
9-7.
Wait, no, hold up, shit. I'm high. Leave me alone. 10 wins. 10 wins. Yeah, there we go. 10 wins.
All right.
10 wins. 10 wins. We're on 10 wins.
Hold on.
Dude, I love you guys. This is so awesome. And also, I think we need 2 more people for the tattoo league. I got second place last year. I had Josh Allen. I had Saquon Barkley. I got in the finals against whatever his name is who beat me. But get in there. It's lots of money. It's super fun. The defensive, Max Crosby, one game, Max Crosby had 100 points. Josh Allen had 250 for me one game. The scoring is ridiculous. It's fun as hell. Travis Hunter is going to be a beast because he plays both sides. 2 more. Get in there. Be a degenerate. Smash that like button. NFL Wall of Fame game this weekend. Let's fucking go.
Love you guys. You go out.
That is a great all-time caller.
Right,
hit him up in the Discord. And yes, he mentioned the tattoo league. Hit up Daniel, of course, Enderlin, who's running the tattoo league. We're giving as part of the tattoo league $1,000 SGPN merch gift card for first place, and we will cover the cost of the tattoo for last place. So that's our contribution to the league. Whatever else goes on, God bless you guys. And so
it's just fan battle with the fan battle.
Fan
it's
on
like a
fan
rap battle, but it's fan battle.
So hit him up, find Daniel in the Discord and get in if you are interested. And of course, Olan was mentioning his bookie. What about my bookie? That's right, mybookie.ag. Use a promo code SGPN, 100% match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. Maybe you think, hey, I'm in an area where I don't have access to an online sports book. My bookie is available in a ton of locations. You help us out and you help out yourself by having another great out here over on mybookie.ag. The deposit match does come with the rollover bonus. Terms and conditions apply, but mybookie.ag, great place to take some of that sweet cryptocurrency. Let it ride. Have some fun. Really good in-game wagering. You get the MyBookie money bag, which is fun if you're just looking for a random sweat, a random future. We've used MyBookie for years. I'm about to reload the account for the old football season. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Of course, Rhythm, a great tool helping you win with their great picks and props. AI backed, of course. A couple data nerds over at MIT decided, hey, we gotta crunch these numbers and start ganging up on the sports books, and they've been killing it ever since. It's great. No touts, no noise, just clean data backed bets. Highly recommended. Try it the 7-day free trial. If you don't like it, it's free. 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Sign up over there. If you don't like it, hit me up personally and tell me why you don't like Rhythm. I have yet to hear from anyone on them not liking Rhythm once they try it with the 7-day free trial. The power trends are great, or you can just build your own model, start firing on that. There's a ton of ways to use this tool, and it's really simple, easy to put together. Highly recommended. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And joining us on the line, you know him from the Old Fashioned Football Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, Iowa's own J Mark, aka Justin Mark, looking very sharp here. No hat. You got the hair out, looking pretty sharp. What's happening, Justin?
Yeah, I hope you guys don't expect me to have the same energy as Olan. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm the mellow Olan, maybe. Still optimistic about the Bears, but been out working outside in the Iowa. We got the corn sweat going on, so
now
a little tired.
You mentioned that before we went live, the corn sweat. Now, and you said it's a real thing. Now,
real quick, Sean, what do you think it is? Because I want the guest.
I think I might know just because. Now, the only reason I know is because when they played that Field of Dreams baseball in a cornfield, CJ, the bottom line bombs guy, came in and was he was like, you got to smash the over. The humidity in the cornfields is going to help the ball carry. Everyone says the over is a play because of the humidity from the cornfields. Now I'm guessing that something from the corn growing creates extra humidity that makes it a little extra sweaty in Iowa. Is that what's going on there, J Mark?
Yeah. I mean, you nailed it. An acre of corn can put 3,000 to 4,000 gallons of water into the air a day.
Oh my God.
And that's what creates the humidity. Like today, it was, I think the high was 93, but the real feel was 108 because it's just so humid out. It's disgusting.
That is a crazy stat about the cornfields and how much water they can put in the air. Right?
Just thinking about the corn sweats, the old lady's giving me the corn sweats.
It does sound like someone you have too much corn whiskey. The next day you're sweating it out.
Yeah, you're a little hungover.
Yeah, I'm deal with the corn sweats.
I'm putting 30 to 40 gallons out myself. Now I stumbled into this information not a couple days ago, I feel like, and very random to then be talking to someone from Iowa.
Oh yeah.
Where then we're going to be previewing a team where who knew the depth of the Iowa connection, Sean? Do you want me to elaborate?
Yeah. What else you got?
Are you familiar with a Declan Doyle? Do you know what a Declan Doyle is?
No. What do we got?
Well, it's an offensive coordinator for the Bears, also from Iowa City, Iowa.
Oh, you're right.
Somehow this motherfucker is 29 years old and an offensive coordinator in the NFL. We know he's not calling plays, but Sean, at 29, would you have been capable to lead a room full of NFL players?
Well, I probably would have had to get a ride because I didn't. The state of California had taken my license away. So start by getting transportation to and from the facility, showing up on my mountain bike.
Nice.
I was certainly not crushing it at 29, but I didn't even bother doing that much research on the offensive coordinator because in my mind it's all Ben Johnson, the sexy guy with all the great plays. J Mark, let's just
hold on. I'm not done because you're probably wondering, wow, Doyle doesn't sound like a name from Iowa. Well, you know what? It's not. His dad, famed strength and conditioning coach Chris Doyle from Quincy, Massachusetts. So he's the son of a hard-nosed chowderhead.
Really?
Born in Iowa for some reason. Sounds a little bit like witness protection. And yeah, I actually, this was the hole I fell into while previewing the Bears. Cause I thought, well, Sean's certainly going to bring this up cause this falls into this isn't a real name.
Well, Declan Doyle. That sounds like someone that I might be related to.
It's a leprechaun.
Yeah, I mean that sounds extremely Irish. Now, when we had you on last year, J Mark, you were not quite as high as our buddy Olan, but you were still kind of skewed positive. You had your concerns about Caleb Williams year one, Caleb Williams in general. Wasn't really thrilled about the coach. Maybe they should have got rid of him before they drafted Caleb Williams. I feel like that was some of the stuff you hit on. What was any takeaways from the 2024 Bears season?
Well, I will say I still laugh when I was on the draft show with you guys. People thought I was crazy that I said I was kind of into them keeping Justin Fields, not drafting Caleb Williams because the offensive line is terrible. And a couple people in the chat, well, PFF, they're graded really well. Well, that's because Justin Fields ran for his life and had a lot of rushing yards, pumped those grades up a little bit. I said, if you can't protect him, who cares who the quarterback is? And you saw him get sacked 68 times, which was tied for third for the most sacks in an NFL season in the history of the NFL. So, yeah, I mean, and then Eberflus, I was worried about this pattern of you draft a rookie. He has his first year with the coach gets fired. And that's what happened. I also heard a tidbit that one of the reasons the Bears hired Eberflus is because he didn't curse and they liked that. What?
Oh God.
What? Get out of here.
Like a good family run business there. Good Midwestern.
Hey, we like our guy. Well, I mean, we still don't know what happened to that one guy who got mysteriously fired, Ryan. Remember that?
Well, and our story takes a dark turn. Chris Doyle, that hard-nosed chowderhead from Massachusetts who was father to Declan Doyle,
that
we just learned about in our story. He was also the strength and conditioning coach at Iowa. They got fired. Remember for the racist stuff?
Oh no.
Oh yeah. And then you know where he landed on his feet?
Where?
Working for Urban Meyer and the Jacksonville Jaguars,
I do remember that.
where he had to quit because of the backlash from the Iowa story. So yeah, hopefully the Bears have learned.
Hopefully Declan Doyle can stay on the roster here.
Oh, poor guy. His dad's really paved a dicey path. He was the 1999 Big Ten Strength Coach of the Year. If you were wondering.
Oh, I was wondering who the strength coach of the year was.
All episode long.
But all right, J Mark. And what did you make of the offseason? What did you make of the Ben Johnson hire?
Yeah, it was very different for the Bears, right? I mean, we don't see them going after the top coach very often.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did that. They decided to kind of do it differently. They invested in the offensive line. Now, whether that investment will pay off, obviously yet to be seen. I think we got a little bit of little cutesy of getting guys like Jonah Jackson, who was off the injury, so it's cheaper, right? And Joe Thuney, probably towards the end of his career, still performing at a high level, but probably towards the end of the career. I thought that was. I am glad that they're investing in the offensive line. I don't know if it was the right investment. We have yet to see that. And yeah, I love the Ben Johnson hire. My biggest concern about the Bears right now is the run game. I don't know if they did enough there. I thought they would draft somebody or bring somebody in. Rumors are that, well, they were high on a couple guys, but they kept going just before them, things like that in the draft. I don't know about this run game. I think they should have done more in the offseason for that.
I have really been tickled by how many teams clearly wanted Cam Scatterbo. It has come out that a number of teams wanted some of these running backs that were falling.
Every team needs a good mascot, Ryan. And Cam Scatterbo
he's been such a great
professional mascot.
Oh, he's so good.
He does all the dances.
Oh my goodness.
He leads the cheers.
Malik Neighbors talking about your pass catching ability. You must be doing something right. I mean, again, Jameis nailed it. The white guys on the Giants are seasoned.
They are seasoned.
I mean, did you see how wet Kay Adams was?
She was very excited.
God.
She was very excited.
I mean, imagine wanting to ask Malik Neighbors a Cam Scatterbo question. Like, that's how hot and bothered she was.
Schedule isn't the easiest for the Bears. We'll get to that in just a second. Their turnover margin was +8. Kind of some weird outlier stuff. Their sack margin, though, was -28. So to me, if Ben Johnson can come in and just make the offensive line's life a little easier with some design screens, with forcing Caleb into some quick throws, taking the pressure off the offensive line. They tried to help the offensive line. We'll see if it ended up working. We have the offensive line ranked 10 according to the ranks we're pulling from, Ryan. So they should be certainly better than they were that last year. We expect maybe some of those habits to clean up. And I like
mostly new offensive line.
Yeah. Well, and they paid up for it.
We've seen teams do this before. I think the Rams a couple of years back, where they just replaced the interior. The Panthers did it similarly, where you just replace the interior of the entire line. And I mean, I would say I'm very excited if I'm a Bears fan, because all the reasons why you would be optimistic are right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Unless you do a deep dive on Declan Doyle.
They lost a Hail Mary game.
Yeah.
I think right there,
circle that.
You start, but coming back to the Bears, kind of a la the Jets, are a cursed franchise and can't have nice things. And so some of the stuff that happened to them, unfortunately, does seem like stuff that is that they deal with. Now, Caleb Williams also too, he had a very low completion percentage, but Ben Johnson's great at that. Like, Ben Johnson got Jared Goff to 72.4% in a year, which was like 4th all time for a completion percentage. So
can I tell you one thing that I like that the Bears did in the offseason? I'm not even sure if it made our graphic.
Okay.
Case Keenum.
Yeah.
On the roster. Vet quarterback. Never going to see pads on game day, I would imagine. They're probably just to be a coach and help Caleb figure it out.
I think so. Yeah.
I like the existence of him. I think there's for everything you can throw the shade at Caleb. There was still I mean, again, there's only so many guys you see in the NFL that they make throws, and you're like, holy shit. And he makes some throws where you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And we saw it early with Josh Allen, and then like things get sorted out, and you're like, holy shit,
Well,
it's working.
and Josh Allen, that was the thing, right? Hey, if he can kind of play within structure, not be as careless, like that kind of stuff.
But you can't get rid of all the freestyle. That's the problem
Yeah.
with the discourse. We heard earlier today on VSiN, Sean, we heard Thor saying that Caleb Williams can't work in structure and Ben Johnson requires structure. If Ben Johnson's a good offensive coordinator, I mean, you think Patrick Mahomes works in structure? Yeah, he works in structure and he works out of structure. That's how really good quarterbacks work. But you got to let them work out of structure.
I'll say the one thing, and we'll get to the schedule here in just a second. The one thing that jumped out at me from reading the Bears training camp reports and all that stuff is Ben Johnson. This is not a like lovey-dovey camp. This is a my foot is up your fucking ass camp. Luther Burden, the 2nd round pick, who some fantasy people are like, hey, goo goo gaga,
kind of a bitch.
He's been calling them out. Hey, you don't know where to line up. You are done for this drill. You don't know what you're doing. You're out. And he's been very tough on the team so far, by all accounts.
Comes from Dan Campbell, right?
Yeah, I think he's brought some of that intensity to a Bears team that I think kind of needed that. Justin, what have you heard from Bears camp? Anyone popping off? Anything interesting as far as the picks, what we're seeing, what we're not seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that he is being harder on them. You go from the coach that we like him because he didn't swear, right, to the guy that he is riding these guys, even though it's early on in camp. I like that at the beginning of every training camp, they have what's called a wake up period in practice. And that's when they send everybody at Caleb to wake him the fuck up. Like,
let's go.
And also gets him good at let's make these decisions quickly. If you have a lot of pressure on you, that's something he probably needs. You talked about how he's getting after guys. One of the guys, veteran, who I actually really like him as a player, but Cole Kmet, that's somebody that has kind of been on Ben Johnson's shit list. And now Colston Loveland taking the snaps with the ones, Cole Kmet working with the twos. So immediately it's like Cole Kmet couldn't get it right. He had to adjust him multiple times of like, this is not where you're supposed to be. You need to be here. Didn't get it corrected over and over. And now he's working with the twos. The other thing I'm hearing out of camp is just that the defense is doing so much better than the offense. That worries me because I don't necessarily think our defense is, I mean, I think they're decent, but I don't think they're loaded with playmakers. So then it worries me, is the offense that bad? That's some of my hesitancy of getting hyped right now.
Well, also too, it's a new, I would say it's a new system.
Sure.
Generally the defense is also ahead of the offense. So we're maybe 5 days into camp, depending on when the start was. So yeah, it's always weird with training camp because when you hear like, oh, the offense is balling out, and then you're like, oh, great, our offense is awesome. Maybe our defense sucks, and vice versa. I would say early on, I would rather hear the defense beating the offense than vice versa if I had to choose. Right, Ryan?
That loaded question. I think just inherently
is the offense beating the defense in Giants League?
No, not at all. I think just inherently your defense is always going to beat your offense. I think that's by design in some case. But yeah, I guess it'd be weird. I here's what I would say about this style of coaching though. We see it all the time where a guy comes in maybe a little bit hard nosed, changes things around, and like if it works, like people talk about how it's culture, and if it doesn't work, you're just the fucking asshole who moved the chairs around the locker room, aka Brian Schottenheimer.
Well,
possibly.
And certainly there is a concern. I think if you're negative on the Bears, you're worried that Ben Johnson maybe not a true head coach and maybe just a good offensive play caller. And we really won't, you can kind of make a guess, you can have some ideas, but we won't really know until they hit some adversity with their schedule and with their team. But
if I was being objective, I do think he has a somewhat diverse coaching background.
Yeah.
But it's in a couple areas. It's like,
but I would say too, I think you don't like him as a head coach, Dennis Allen, but I think as he does strike me as a guy that a competent defensive coordinator with a bunch of experience that is not going to get another head coaching job probably anytime soon. Like that is the sweet spot for a defensive
and
coordinator.
he's here because he has the experience.
Yeah.
So in theory, you can lean on him. Although, even him, he kind of they both I think coached for Sean Payton in some regard, and so and I'm sure with the Dolphins background, there's maybe some Parcells ties even, but Dennis Allen, it's easy to understand why they would hire a guy like Dennis Allen, but I don't think it's not exciting. That's not the part that I would.
No, but I think it's good to have, if you're a young head coach, I think it's good to have a seasoned DC opposite of Saudi. All right.
Who somehow has had 2 head coaching stints.
Yeah. I almost forgot about his time with the Raiders. Let's hop into the schedule. Let's see what we like, what we don't like. They have some rest disadvantage, not the easiest strength of schedule according to win total, but you look at this at the schedule, and they have some tough, certainly spots where they're pretty big dogs, but then they also have some pretty favorable spots. It's a real hot and cold, I think, type schedule, because some of these other teams that we just broke down, we just talked about the Cardinals. Theirs I felt was like a little different, where it was a lot of like short numbers either way. This one has some big favorites and some big dog spots for them.
Yeah, I mean that's a great contrast. I think the Cardinals were catching more than 3 points like 4 times on the entire schedule, and just a little bit higher variance here. And what's interesting too is the win total is the same as last year, Sean.
Yeah,
which in some ways that seems wrong. Like regardless of how you feel about the Bears, just perception going into the season, there's no way that they're the same team this year that they were last year. All right, opening it up. Oh well, 8.5. I didn't give the bits. 8.5 is the win total. It's juiced to a little bit to the under. 190 is the make price, minus 240 to miss the playoffs. 5.5 to 1 to win the division. I'll be honest, the division prices in the North is very confusing. Conference price 21 to 1 and Super Bowl 44 to 1. Those both feel a little short to me, but it does.
The division price feels pretty interesting because I think I'm not buying the hype on the Vikings, and I think this could be a little bit of a cluster with some of these other teams.
We've done 3 teams from the South.
Yeah,
AFC South, and this is the first team from the NFC North.
Yeah, so this is the lowest. I think they're all going to be pretty solid, with the noted exception of the Vikings, who I think could be extremely bad.
Wow, I think the variance in opinion on some of the teams in this division also are all over the place. Vikings to open the season at home, then you have at Detroit, and by the way, that's a Monday night game to open the season against the Vikings. Then you have at Detroit, Dallas at home, at Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. I can't read any more reports about Aiden Hutchinson being the greatest thing since.
Well, he's gonna be good. But
if I have to read one more, it looks like he's not coming off a broken leg. He could be the best pass rusher since Lawrence. The people are just making very crazy, like jinx type stuff where he's just gonna, something, not that we would root for injury.
No.
Dallas game is definitely a win for me. You know what? They get JJ, a rookie quarterback in his first start.
It's a good time to get him.
So that's at least 2 wins right there.
I think so. To me, it's
should they be favored in Vegas though? That feels tricky.
Road favorites. Again, I mean, the problem is with the Bears, their rush defense. Could they just smash the ball with Gene T and make their life miserable?
Again, that spread seems wrong. I'll go 2-2 here. That spread seems wrong for the Vegas.
Okay,
game.
Kramer going 2-2. I'm on the edge of 3-1, but J Mark, what do you got going on?
Yeah, I mean, of course, this is all going to matter on how quickly they can pick up the new offense and make those changes, right? We see a lot of teams with a new coordinator or new head coach, they start slow, but I already said on Old Fashioned Football that Minnesota game week 1, especially after the controversy of the book that Caleb is in, the American quarterback, where there's quotes where he said that he really liked Minnesota and wanted to be part of that.
Yeah, I forgot
now I
about
do
that.
think it's a little misquoted and misconstrued how that is, but I do think that's a smash spot for the Bears. They'll lose against Detroit. But I think they can beat Dallas and Las Vegas. I'm going to take them 3-1 here. We'll start the optimism right away.
I'm with you, J Mark.
Really?
Bears, Bears get off to a decent start. J Mark, come on, get your trailer, get your wife Miranda, drive out to Vegas week 4. Come on,
are we
Bears,
inviting the Marks to Vegas?
Bears Nation will be showing up in Vegas, I'm sure. Right?
I would love to watch a Derek versus
J Mark
the Marks
handshake off.
Just a like a good old fashioned Midwestern conversation.
Midwest hospitality with Derek over at the Circa. I like this, Ryan.
3-1.
3-1.
Wow.
I really like the week 5 bye for the Bears.
Really?
Well, because maybe they do get off to a slow start. Maybe they're only 2-2. Maybe they maybe even 1-3. But having that early bye for a new head coach, I think, is huge. I cannot stress it enough because it's just you need that extra week to reset, figure out the schedule. Like it's huge for new head coaches. I think that week 5 bye is a good spot for the Bears, and they're going to need it because the next quadrant's pretty tough.
Well, and a couple additional nuggets about the games. The Dallas game. I mean, Dallas very well could be 0-2 after starting against Philly and New York. What will the pressure be on Dakota Prescott in Chicago there?
Well, and then obviously their left tackle Guyton wouldn't be available for that game.
And all right. So we move along. I disagree with your bye take. I think anytime you get a bye week 5, it's just too early. It's relatively useless. You'd rather have that rehab, rest, recovery a little later in the season. At Washington, this stretch is tough. You got 3 road games in 4. At Washington, New Orleans, at home, and then at Baltimore, at Cincinnati. My God, you were high in the first 3. I'll let you lead off here.
Well, I'll defer to J Mark here.
Washington's Monday night, by the way.
Yeah, and so I think that Washington game could be intriguing. Certainly, they're going to want revenge from that Hail Mary. You do like them. You do like them. New Orleans at home, but that is a short week, so that's not a smack. But you're playing a dome team outdoors.
Washington has so many primetime spots.
I know Washington's going to be exhausted from all these primetime games. I could go 2-2 if I was being an optimistic Bears guy. But J Mark, I'll let you go first. Am I 2-2? I mean, you can't go 3-1 here. 3 road games, can you?
No, absolutely not. But we do play Washington really well. I mean, obviously it took the Hail Mary for them to beat us last year. 2 years ago, we crushed them. I know completely different teams, but we do play them very well, and we play them well in Washington. So I do think that revenge factor is going to be on the mind. I mean, I know there's changes, but we got a lot of the same defensive core that remember how it felt to lose in that Hail Mary. That's going to be important to them, and Ben Johnson's going to stress it for the team. So I think they win that game and they beat New Orleans, and then they drop the 2 against the AFC North teams there.
So the Chicago game for Washington is a Monday night game that sits in the middle of 2 back-to-back road spots. Certainly, you certainly could spin a tale where that is a very bad spot for Washington compared to a team coming off the bye. So I will. Baltimore's coming off the bye when they play them. That's a tough spot. Cincinnati will be at home for a 3rd straight week, coming off games against the Steelers and the Jets. I see no reason to get cute there. So I'll go 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you're on 2-2, so we're all 2-2, right?
Yeah,
I will go 2-2.
They're definitely beating Washington.
The more I think about the Washington spot, the more I like it. Of Ben Johnson having 2 weeks to prepare against this Washington team.
The Bears are I think the Bears are a little overrated in the look ahead market to me, and yet still they're being disrespected against the Commander Redskin football team. This Washington team is if you haven't bet Giants money line week 1 yet, I can't wait to laugh at all the Redskin fans that take them in the Survivor. blow up their whole season. So there will be an entry in Grandissimo on the Commanders. That would be really bad idea.
So officially, J Mark 5-3, me 5-3, and Kramer 4-4.
All right, next four. Giants coming to town. They're laying 5.5 against the Giants. Have they not seen what's going on in camp right now?
No, I think they have.
They went from 0 quarterbacks to 3, maybe 4 quarterbacks. It's out of control. Giants at home at Minnesota. I think we'll have to be fair and chop that up. Although Sean does think the floor is pretty low. Pittsburgh at home, and then the start of a second back-to-back road situation with Philly on Black Friday. So this is another tricky little section of the schedule here.
Well, you got an extra bye week here, week 10 against the Giants.
Oh, whoa.
Then going up at Minnesota, certainly that is a tough place to play. Maybe JJ McCarthy's figured things out. You get the Steelers at home.
I mean, if the Giants aren't doing well, this is the time to put in.
Could be a Jackson Dart
weaker
debut.
Defense,
And then obviously there's no way you're going to beat the Eagles on Black Friday. But J Mark, what do you got? What do you got the Bears going in this 4-game stretch?
Yeah, this is actually the toughest stretch for me because I'm all across the board with the Giants. I'm up on them one day, I'm down on them the next day. I love the Giants defense. I will say that, especially their defensive line. I think that's going to wreak havoc on a lot of teams, but I got to go on the side of optimism and take the Bears to win. I'm going to say they're going to lose against Minnesota though. Then the Pittsburgh game, Aaron Rodgers, do we finally get over the Aaron Rodgers hump and beat him?
No,
I think we do.
He does own the Bears. I forgot about that, J Mark. That is kind of troubling.
Yeah, I think we do get over that hump. We beat him, finally send him to his grave. He can stay there. And then I do think we'll lose against Philadelphia. They are my pick in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl. Sorry, Kramer.
I mean, that's all right. I did have the Giants losing to the Bears, I think. In this
one. Really?
Yeah,
you did?
Yeah. So
okay.
That's a win for the Bears.
So sorry, J Mark, you officially going 2-2, you said?
2-2. Yep.
2-2.
Where's the second win though, Sean?
I know. I'm going to go.
Philly has a look at a spot against the Cowgirls, maybe.
No,
Rodgers is cooked, guys. He's not beating the Bears. He's cooked.
2-2. Although part of me wants to go 1-3, but
are you fucking out of your mind?
What do you mean?
You're telling me when we get to week 12 and Pittsburgh's catching a field goal,
that's the week 12
not gonna
podcast.
fucking take the Steelers?
Oh, well, certainly with the points.
You 1-3.
Ryan, this has 17-16 Bears win written all over.
No.
Will Howard will be the quarterback by then, not Rodgers.
So Kramer has
week 12. What's the date on that?
Kramer has the Bears going 5-7. I have it very reasonable 7-5 with my good buddy J Mark also 7-5. Now this is an interesting final 5 games. You haven't you play the Packers twice.
Hold on, I'm just putting something on the calendar real quick.
What reminder to take the Steelers?
Sean must take Bears. And we're
Smash it.
I'm only gonna write that, so we'll have to remember. Last 5. So we're finishing up that back-to-back road spot of Philly and Green Bay. That's tricky. And then you get Cleveland at home and Green Bay at home. We can solve this problem. We have supercomputers now. We can definitely not have 2 divisional games in 3 weeks. No one wants that. At San Francisco and then Detroit at home. That Detroit game at the end of the year is interesting. I mean, we've seen Goff completely tanking
outdoors. And of course, we'll be able to get all those great trends of Jared Goff and cold weather,
below 32 degrees or whatever. How many wins are you giving them here, Sean? They have 3 home games.
This is a perfect. This works out great because they're going to split with the Packers. They beat the Browns. And I think they beat the Lions or they have a chance to maybe upset the 49ers. So 3-2 is very reasonable for your Chicago Bears 2025.
They are the Niners are on a short week that week, coming off Monday night in Indy.
Yeah, good spot for the Bears there. But it is sandwiched in between 2 division games. So I think 3-2 is not crazy. J Mark, what do you got? Your Chicago Bears closing out these last 5 games.
Yeah, don't forget Caleb Williams undefeated at Lambeau Field. He's got to keep that streak going. So I think we beat them in Lambeau, but lose at Soldier Field. I think we'll beat Cleveland.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So I agree with you. Split with the Packers. That was a bet I was on. You could bet the series Bears Packers 1-1. It was like plus 125 last year that I was on. I think we beat Cleveland, and we play San Francisco fairly well historically. So I like us to win that game, but I do like us to lose to Detroit. So 3-2.
3-2. Wow. I'm lockstep with J Mark.
So what are you guys at?
I am at 10-7. J Mark at 10-7. Ryan, you can match us because you are currently at 5-7 going to these last 5 games. Do you have them going 5-0?
Really? So I'm only at 5-7.
Yep.
And I went 2-2, 2-2,
1-3,
1-3, 3-2.
Oh wait, 3-2 is your official last.
3-2 official.
Okay, 3-2 to have the Bears going under their win total of 8.5. Officially coming in at 8-9. We're going to talk about our best bets for your Chicago Bears. Before we do, of course, shout out to our good buddies over at what are we talking about here? Oh, the Circa, of course, the Circa, the wonderful Circa. Justin just said he's coming out for that Week 4 Raiders game. I did see Olan in the chat saying something about fly me out to Vegas. I've never been. Olan, come on out for a contest sign up weekend, August 21st to the 23rd. We're not going to fly you out, but I will give you 15% off the Circa or the D or the Golden Gate.
Wow, I mean, how generous.
15% off the D and the Golden Gate. It is a very, even if you're on a budget, that is a very, affordable room, and you get to come hang out. You can go to the open bar party Thursday night, sign up for the Circa Million, Circa Survivor, Circa Grandissimo. It's an investment opportunity contest sign up weekend. It's a fun weekend. Great way to get all your future bets in and just hang out in Vegas. Great time. It's just a great hang that weekend. So come out, hang out with us, sign up for the contest. If you're signing up for the contest, go to footballcontest.com, use the promo code SGP, get your $50 off your proxy fees. Footballcontest.com, promo code SGP, $50 off the old proxy fees. And SGP 15% off all the Circa properties. Come out, hang out, and sign up for your chance to win millions of dollars. Footballcontest.com, promo code SGP for $50 off. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. I know J Mark likes to hop in some of these best small mania drafts. J Mark, what is your most drafted player in best ball fantasy right now?
Oh, put me on the spot. I don't even know, but I will tell you that they have a lot of good CFL stuff on there as well.
Oh yes. He's been crushing it with the CFL pick'em, higher, lower. Get in over there, and I keep talking about the old-fashioned football. Also, co-host of the CFL Gambling Podcast. So if you're looking for real football right around the corner, you can get in on Underdog as well. Get in on the Underdog pick'em over on the CFL. They really have it all. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. Deposit match up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN.
So I'm at a bit of a dilemma here. I don't know if I want to be like if I look at the teams in the division, I kind of the narrative for the Bears hitting their basement case is what? Just Ben Johnson is not a good coach and the offense doesn't work.
I think so, right?
It feels less likely. I guess I don't know what the floor is. Maybe I should have them at 8, and it protects me. Because where will I have the Vikings then? I'm very torn here. I went back. There's the calendar reminder that says don't forget about the Bears regression. But then
what do you mean the regression?
Positive.
Oh yes,
but then there was also the don't get swept up by.
Well, you blew by your Jags calendar reminder.
Well, what was that?
Didn't you have a Jags calendar reminder?
No, that was just Liam Cohen looked to be like he started off on the worst foot possible, And I said, can't bet on this guy. And then I've come all the way around.
Duval.
Where do we steal the win from?
Oh, so you're looking to change.
I think you're
looking to get on old over central with me and J Mark.
I think so. Olan seemed pretty stoked.
Did you have them?
I wouldn't base any of your predictions off what Olan said. No offense, Olan.
Oh wow, he does want a handshake from me.
Yeah, well,
just pandering to the
show
constituents.
Show up in Vegas.
Kramer, did you have them losing to the Lions twice? Because there's the revenge factor. Ben Johnson playing his old team.
I did have that. I kind of like them beating the Lions early. Maybe that's where I'll steal the win back.
Okay.
Give me 3-1 in the opening.
3-1, Ryan. All making some changes here.
God damn, if this Bears team sucks.
So Ryan, we'll start off there. You're officially over 8.5 wins. What are some of the other bets you find intriguing?
Well, I feel like it was a constant narrative on the off-season future shows, which I would say probably still mostly listenable. But the couple of things that came out were, one, goddamn, like in the positive case, I could definitely see the path for Caleb Williams to be the MVP.
Really?
100%.
I mean, I do as well, but I don't know if I'm hammering it at that price. Like I want to see north of 40, I think but I totally see the case.
I mean, he has the neighbor. But I think the way to get there is just lead the league, because I think there is a case where the defense still isn't that good, and they're not the best team because the defense isn't that good. And we saw some of the ridiculous stat games he put up last year. So maybe we attack the touchdowns or yardage market. I would probably lean yardage. And I was trying to pull up the we spoke about this. Yeah, here we go. Passing touchdowns, Caleb Williams is 25. He's 25-1 for both. Which do you like better?
So sorry, 25-1 for passing touchdowns.
It's basically similar to his MVP price, which is about 30-1.
I would take the
yards.
I would kind of take the yards. Yeah. So Caleb Williams, most passing yards. What do you have? Sorry, what did you have that at?
25-1.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I'm more confident that the offense is I guess productive like it was last year. Like this is the trivia question of how many he threw for 3,500 yards last year in what was considered a disaster. He threw for 20 touchdowns.
I'm not playing the touchdowns. I think the yards, and I'll tell you on most passing yards at 25-1, because him having like efficient passing yard stuff, and it also might, if the defense does suck, they could be, playing from behind in some of those spots. I don't see them racking up a ton of passing touchdowns, because one of the bets I like, I'm also leaning into the Roschon Johnson. This for me, like this season, I think there is some value in some of these secondary guys in the rushing touchdown market. I mean, Roschon Johnson had 6 rushing touchdowns on 55 attempts. I don't think Ben Johnson is necessarily locked into DeAndre Swift. Again, could Roschon Johnson get the lead carries inside the 10? I think that's very reasonable. Caleb,
100%. Well, you got Kyle Monungai.
Who did you do a deep dive?
He's like 5'8",
saying he's a little tiny, and they were ragging on him for being slow. There was
watch your mouth. He's from Jersey.
A coach saying unhook the trailer or something similar. So Roschon Johnson, most rushing touchdowns in the league, 100-1. Fun flyer there. I'll tell your Caleb Williams most passing yards, 25-1, but over 8.5 wins to me is a smash. And I think I'll also play. I'll make playoffs as well at plus 190 for the Chicago Bears. Yeah. I'm considering the division because I think I don't love them, but I think they're going to kind of be in the mix with the Vikings, in my mind, being the clear 4th team in the division.
Real quick, if we can go back to Roschon, what do you think his or is there any reason you're not playing it in the division?
Yeah, I guess I'll play division 2, but it's only
25-1.
Yeah.
Put me down for that. That's a ridiculously attainable situation.
Well, especially in this division, like there's no.
You got to get to 12.
I mean, even the Vikings are saying, "Hey, we're going to split up our carries."
Oh, I'm not worried. The fact that Jordan Mason's odds are 12-1,
That's
and
crazy.
Roshan Johnson's is 25-1. That doesn't seem right.
Roshan Johnson is an eye test guy for me. Like the dude runs freaking hard.
I mean, that to me was one of the better bets. Again, kind of in line with the idea that they continue to be. Maybe their defense isn't the best and their offense is able to score. They only put up 18 points per game last year.
Easy in the chat, of course, Lions super fan saying, if Caleb Williams has better anything passing than Jared Goff,
really?
I'll eat a Lions jersey. There's no chance.
Oh no. Don't commit to stuff like that, because then you look like an asshole when you don't do it.
Jay Hose in the chat saying he is buying the Monangai hype.
Really?
Well, that basically that, Ben Johnson picked him, strong AF, going to be using the goal line. I'll still roll the dice with Jahmyr Gibbs. We drafted it. He's a guy I'm taking in best ball. Give me all your Roshan Johnson, Tank Bigsby best ball.
I mean, you have seen Roshan. He's not small. He's 6 foot, like 230.
Yeah.
I got to jump in on this Roshan Johnson stuff, because I don't mean to be contrarian, but I get so sick of hearing about him. And maybe it's because, very involved in the fantasy football community. The fantasy football community has loved this guy since he's been drafted. He could barely make his way on the field from the people that drafted him. Now there's new people in town. You think Ben Johnson is rushing to throw him in there?
Yeah.
I just don't think he's that good. I mean, he played behind one of the best college football offensive lines, right, at Texas. And you saw some spark from that, but I just don't think he's that good. I mean, why wasn't he on the field that much? There's got to be a reason. And I have to think it's because he sucks. I don't think he's a good running back.
I'll take off the division bet at 25 to 1.
I won't.
But you can take the lead the league 100 to 1 out of my cold dead hands, J Mark. I'm hanging on to that one.
Fair enough. Maybe I'll end up with the egg on the face and I'll be wrong on him, but that's what concerns me about our running game. I don't think that DeAndre Swift can do it all himself. And I don't think Roshan Johnson is a good running back. So hopefully Kyle Monangai can do something, or we add somebody else. That's, I think, what makes me the most concerned about this Bears team, because with no run game, this offense is not going to flow very well.
Roshan Johnson has, quote, started to look more like the player the Bears evaluated coming out of Texas.
Yep. We got our
feels like a real
nose in the grind. Yes. See, it's a backhanded compliment.
I'm now starting to see what J Mark's talking about.
J Mark, we'll let you start off. Over 8.5 wins. What else are you doing for the Chicago Bears?
Yeah, so I'm high on this Bears team. I think they're going to do good in the division. I'm not high on the Vikings like you guys. I think the Packers are going to have their problems. So you can get the top two, doesn't matter what order, to be Bears and Lions of the NFC North at plus 550, 5.5 to 1. I feel like that's a pretty safe bet too, because I'm fairly confident that they'll be the top two.
So Bears and Lions, top two, and it's plus 550, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a fade of the Packers and the Vikings.
As you know, Sean, I do have some Lions to win the division stuff. This is interesting. I wonder, I could be talked into this.
And I think the Lions do win the division. I think the Bears finish second in it. A couple others I like. I know you guys said Caleb Williams most passing yards. Not as risky, but most passing yards in the NFC North is a little over 3 to 1. It's plus 320. I mean, I just like that. I think Jared Goff maybe not as good without Ben Johnson. I guess we'll see. JJ McCarthy, I'm not big on him. And Jordan Love, I have to just hate the Packers because I'm a Bears fan.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
I mean, you have to. And
You're
then
preaching to the choir with Kramer.
Right. And then another one I really like, I also, with the UFL is still around for now. We'll see. They made some weird changes, but co-hosting the UFL gambling podcast with the Laddie Daddy. I was trying to look at some ladders here, and I kept coming back to Colston Loveland. Everything I'm hearing about, they're starting to really develop some chemistry. He's running with the ones. And then you look at Sam Laporta, in his rookie year, he had 10 touchdowns. So if you go to the Loveland touchdown ladder, 5+ minus 115, 7+ 3-1, 10+ 8-1, and if you want to get crazy, 12+ is 16-1. I like riding that touchdown ladder.
So 8. So all right, how high did the ladder go there?
12
touchdowns.
16-1. Yep.
16-1.
All right. I appreciate the homerism there, but yeah, I think he will be.
I like the narrative. Ben Johnson did it already with a rookie tight end.
Yeah, no, good angle. So we're all on the Bears over 8.5 wins. Where do you have the Bears? You didn't say Bears division. You like the Bears top 2. Do the Bears win a playoff game, J Mark?
Do they win a playoff game? I don't think so. I think there's a small chance they get in as a wild card there with 10 wins, but I don't think they win a playoff game. I think it's going to take, another year at least to put all these pieces together and for the puzzle to start making sense.
In some ways, it's probably better for Caleb and Ben Johnson to get close, but not get to the playoffs and get their ass beat.
I think getting to the playoffs and getting your ass beat,
maybe that's helpful.
I mean, look at Jalen Hurts he got to the playoffs first year as a starter. Clearly they were outmatched against the Bucks and Tom Brady. They got their ass kicked, come back the next year and get to the Super Bowl where they just barely lose to the Patrick Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs, and they avenge that loss. And he becomes Super Bowl MVP not a mere 2 years later.
Story time with Sean over here.
Oh, I mean, right. If you're crowbarring in fucking Cam Scattaboo,
what do you mean?
Forgive me if I mention Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts.
I'm not crowbarring. Everyone's talking about Cam Scattaboo.
Everyone's talking. Everyone is talking about Jalen Hurts. They're talking a lot of shit, and I'm keeping receipts, baby.
Jalen Hurts is not making Kay Adams wet right now. That's Cam Scattaboo. That's why we're bringing her.
Well, maybe if they give a trophy for that, Giants will win a trophy this year.
It's not the corn sweats that's going on in Kay Adams.
J Mark, what do you got coming up on the Old Fashioned Football Podcast? And of course, check out also the CFL Gambling Podcast if you're looking for some Canadian football action.
Can I get a CFL update real quick? How are we looking with the mega long shot future that I have?
Is that on
Calgary? Yep.
Yeah, on Calgary. Vernon Adams banged up, which is his setback. He does tend to kind of crumple when he gets hit. It doesn't look like it's serious. It doesn't look like he's going to miss more than one game. Thankfully, they still look like a very good team, but if he is not healthy, PJ Walker looked cooked. I mean, that guy doesn't have any football left in him. So if Vernon Adams is done, they need to call somebody else up that can win them some games.
We're only a game back. We're not dead yet, but that was very pessimistic, Sean. I'm not feeling good about my situation at all.
No. J Mark, Old Fashioned Football. What do you got coming up?
Yeah, we got some distiller interviews coming up. We're doing our division previews, working through those. We always give a little update, a little life on the acreage, because apparently a lot of those people in California don't even know what a zero turn is. I learned that from Colby. What? So we like to just, do a little side tangents on life on the acreage. I think the last one we went on was that we were borrowing my in-laws mower, and we had a mowing date. We were both out there mowing. So yeah, you never know what's going to happen out here in Iowa when you're getting the corn sweats.
I like that. The corn sweats. Again,
life on the acreage.
Even though I've never been to Iowa, I feel like I've had the corn sweats.
Just real quick to highlight how much more of a man J Mark is than you. J Mark, give me a number, most number of trees that you planted in a single day.
I think it was 24.
Yeah, boom. I've never even come close to planting 24 trees.
Planting one tree is a good day for me.
24 trees? 24 trees? Kidding me?
Crazy enough, we have 30, I think, more, because my wife's parents are selling their acreage, and she wanted to take some clippings from their willow tree there to plant here. And I was thinking like 3 or 4. And she's like, here's my clippings. And there's like 30. I'm like, oh, cool. Fun.
So you're planting 30 more trees.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right.
We need to get some acreage out there.
Yeah. Come on.
Go experience the corn sweats.
Yeah. I like it.
Welcome anytime.
Man of the land.
Life on the acreage. We're gonna need more life on the acreage updates.
I like that update. Of course, check out J Mark, Old Fashioned Football Podcast, and Easy giving you a shout out of recommendations in the Discord. If you're looking for whiskey recommendations, I'm sure he's happy to help you guys out with that.
Go back and listen to the episode we did with Miranda, Justin.
The Blind Barrels episode was really fun. We did a live taste test, testing our palates.
Yeah,
a little head-to-head battle. Very surprising outcome for some.
One of us has an amazing outcome.
There was an unlikely winner in the Blind Barrels Challenge. Great times as always. Hey, hit us up on Spotify. Answered all the questions on the Spotify comments. Toss us 5 stars over there. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second Money Green. He's Ryan.
The Bears.
Kramer. Let it ride.